Good to see you all here for day number 4 for the Master Your Mind 5-day challenge. This is actually, this is my favorite day. This is an incredible day because we are going to be up leveling. Hello, Chabaria from the UK. We're up leveling our mindset. We are up leveling our mindset. And when you up level your mindset, I mean, what does that mean to you to up level? We're talking about reflection today, which is a huge tool in up leveling your mindset. But what does it mean to up level? What does that even mean to you? I mean, up leveling for me might be something different than you, but no matter who you are, I think that it translates into meaning that you're playing a bigger game, that you're living your best life, that you are playing the game that you need to be playing, that you're not looking at other people and trying to play their game. So what really does it mean for you? Go ahead and type that into the chat. Let me see some of your answers. I'm here. I'm looking at everything that you guys are writing. Fantastic, Kelly. I commit to showing up for myself. Everybody, make that commitment. Commit to showing up for yourself. Absolutely. I'm going to send this link to some more folks just to let them know that we are live. And let's see, and then we will absolutely get started. You can go ahead and make your declaration that today is a really great day to have a really great day. And the fact that you're here, the fact that you're showing up for yourself, the fact that you're committed to investing your most beautiful and precious asset of time in yourself today is worth noting. It's worth just taking a second and thanking yourself. So just do that right now. Enjoy a deep breath in through your nose to your lower belly and say thank you to yourself. Thank you. Thank you for being here for me, for us today. Fantastic. Fantastic. Shaf, you commit. I know you do. And Tracy, all of you, fantastic. Showing up and continuing to show up. And that is what we have to do. I commit to invest in my own development because why? Give it to me in the chat. Why do I commit to investing in my own self-development? It's because I'm worth it. Okay? Yes, because I'm worth it. So say that. Make that commitment again today on this great day, this really great day to have a really great day. Make that commitment again to yourself. I commit to investing in my own development because I'm worth it. And you are worth it. You're worth all of the attention and intention that you're putting into this. So we are going through our success journal. If you haven't downloaded it, if you don't know what I'm talking about, ask your group leader. Go back to your email. When you registered for the challenge, you got the opportunity to download the success journal through an email. So if you don't have your success journal, go back and look for that. If you have not signed up for the challenge, then there is a sign up link. There are several sign up links on all the videos. I'm not sure if it actually made it to this one today, but make sure that you grab that and go and sign up so that you can have this amazing success journal. That's not just for this challenge. You can go back, do these exercises again, ask yourself these questions. It's really, really important. So if you go to page 25 of your success journal, you're going to see pictures of 3 very influential people. We've got Bill Gates, we've got Oprah, and we have Warren Buffett. And these are 3 really very influential, successful, wealthy, abundant people. They're smart. They're known for not only being highly successful, but also for being highly philanthropic. So what does that mean? They give and they give and they give. But each of them has one thing in common. They don't give from an empty cup. They give from a fount of abundance. Because they take time to reflect. They invest in their own development because, why? Because they know that they are worth it. So what does reflection mean to you? Does anybody here, first of all, tell me in the chat if you actually take time to pause and reflect on your day, on your week, on your month, on your year? Do you even know what that means? It doesn't mean to beat yourself up for anything that you did that you would consider to be a misstep. It means that you thoughtfully go back and review what you've done to see what worked, what didn't work, what to repeat, what to shift, what to change. Does anything need to be added? Right? So that is what reflection means. I have specific times during the week that I practice reflection, and I go away for a week at the end of every calendar year, and that is a reflection week for me. And some of these very, very successful people do that as well. So we're talking about the importance of reflection, and that really is the key to up-leveling. So who wants to up-level? Give me a yes in the chat if you really, really want to up-level your life. What does that mean? Playing your best game, being the best version of you. Give me a yes in the chat, in the comments, if that is you, if you really, really want to up-level. And I'm seeing lots of stuff come through in the comments. So thank you. Fantastic. Yes, I do. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I see somebody saying that they don't pause for reflection. You're going to after this, and it is a way for you to take it to the next level. Okay. So we are on page 26 of the journal. You've got some more of these blanks that I love to give you. So in order to really nail down reflection, in order to really have reflective periods that yield positive results, because what's the point in doing anything unless it's goal oriented? Even resting. Well, why would you rest? So I can feel better, so I can work more toward my goals. Every single thing that you do needs to be goal oriented. I took some time off yesterday afternoon with one of our daughters, and I played some video games with her. Why? Because I was investing in that relationship. I was investing in spending some time with her and having some fun, because we both needed to just chill out and unplug. She's had exams this week. I've been here with you guys this week and doing several other things. And so we just needed a minute, just to be silly, just to be kids together, just to have fun and have a friend activity. And we did it. So why? Was it worthwhile for me to stop and play a couple of games and then some video games with my daughter? Did it help me achieve my goals? Absolutely, it helped me achieve my goals because I needed that break. And it's understanding those things that you need that really helps take your reflection to the next level. And reflection is what is the difference between the successful and the super successful. So which one do you want to be? Do you want to just be successful, or do you want to be super successful? Tell me that in the chat. Let me know that in the chat. Are you okay with, just some regular everyday success? Meh, nothing much. What's good for the guy next door is fine for me. Or do you really want to take it up? Which one do you want? I'm just reading your comments. I know that if you're here, if you're investing, you're on day 4 of this wonderful challenge. You are investing your time, you're investing your attention. You want a lot of success, right? So let's move on and let's fill in these blanks together. Okay, so in order to truly understand how to have positive and purposeful reflection, you have to identify what in your life. Identify your strengths. Do you know what your strengths are? What are they? What are some of your strengths? Tell me in the chat what some of your strengths are. The reason that you have to identify your strengths is that you need to keep an eye out for where you can further improve those strengths. You need to keep an eye out for where you're not strong so that you can surround yourself with people to fill in those gaps. I always tell people to identify their strengths, not so that they can focus on building up areas where they aren't strong, so that they can really laser focus on taking those strengths to the next level. Does that make sense? Does it make sense why we would focus more on what we're already strong in than anything that we're weak in? Think about it like this. Think about something that is not one of your strengths. Think about if you have an assignment that involves that element of your life where you're not strong. And then think about somebody else who's really very good at it. So I'll just use my husband and me as an example. I'm an excellent writer. I can write a blog, a short story. I wrote a book. I can write a presentation pretty easily. The words come pretty easily to me. They don't for him. For him, numbers come very easily. Analyzing things, breaking things down in a mathematical way. That's not my strength. So if I spend a whole lot of time trying to figure out analytical number patterns and things like that, I'm wasting my time because I am investing in something that is a weakness. Instead, I should focus more on the things that I am good at and then find other people, tools, assets, things like that to fill in where the weakness is. Does that make sense? So that's why identifying your strengths is so very important. Absolutely so very important. Now, the second blank, don't blank yourself. This could be filled in a number of different ways, but the way that I want you to fill it in is judge. So how do you identify your strengths and recognize your weaknesses without judging? It's that you're not saying, oh, this is good or bad. Oh, this is up or down. You're just recognizing it for what is. Just recognizing it for what is on the surface. It's a very peaceful and powerful way to recognize things. A long time ago, before I ever had kids, I heard a mom say to her children, someone had broken something. And I heard a mom say to her children, I don't care how it happened. I just want to figure out how to keep everybody safe, keep this from happening again. She wasn't judging. Everybody was pointing fingers. He did it. She did it. She wasn't judging the situation. And she came with a greater sense of power. The thing that got broken got cleaned up. It got figured out. She wasn't worried about what had happened. She was worried about what was and how to move forward successfully. That is a mindset of non-judgment. When I'm working with clients, when any trained certified coach is working with clients, we are trained in using non-judgmental awareness. So sometimes clients will come to our sessions and say, oh, well, I'm going to shock you with this. No, because in order for me to be shocked, I have to have on the mindset of wanting to judge what I'm about to hear. No. You've got to hear it and not allow your personal bias to color your thoughts. You have to take it at face value. And that's what don't judge yourself means. You also need to back up and see the big picture. Have you ever heard somebody say the old kind of cliche, is this really a hill that you want to die on? Do you want to win this battle or do you want to win the war? It's the difference between looking at this little situation in this very moment versus looking at the whole big picture. Yesterday I had one of our group leaders emailed and said, oh, I'm so sorry that I did XYZ. Somebody had messaged me in the middle of the challenge and I didn't have my reading glasses on and I thought I put a link up for you guys. And instead I had put it in the messenger thing because I just, popped it in there and it was right at the same place where the chat was. She said, I'm so sorry. I won't do that again. Sweet, sweet person who I absolutely adore. And I said, oh my gosh, if that is the worst thing that happens today, it's a pretty great day. Don't worry about it. If you're fretting over all the tiny details and you're not seeing the big picture, you're going to be anxious. You're going to be unhappy. Your level of fulfillment is going to be lower. So in your reflection, you need to learn how to and actively practice backing up and looking for the big picture. So that's the third set of blanks there. See the blank blank. That's see the big picture. Okay. This next one is very important. Know your blank. Know your blank. This is a big one. Think about the last time that anyone around you did something that just really got under your skin. Think about the last time that you said, he made me angry, or she made me angry, or he made me happy, or she made me happy. Think about the last time that you gave the control and power over you, your mind, your actions, your thoughts, your reactions to somebody else. Oh, well, that movie made me sad. Oh, well, that situation made me mad. We all day long are giving away control of our mind to all of these other factors. It shows great weakness, actually. So what we have to do is know our triggers. That's how you fill in that blank. Know your triggers. What are the things in your environment that trigger you to have thoughts that are not in the direction of your goals? What are the things that trigger you to have thoughts that are a lower vibe than what you should have to be productive, happy, and feel fulfilled? Know your triggers, and you need to be looking for them. I am very aware of my triggers, and I've just got to be honest with you. This one is not an easy one to master, because knowing your triggers means that you're acutely aware of some of your less attractive tendencies. So you have to be very honest with yourself. You have to be open enough to look at the not so beautiful things that you in your human condition do sometimes. Does that make sense? You've got to know your triggers. In knowing your triggers, you can reprogram how you respond to them. And that is something that I do every single day with our clients. It is what our Master Your Mind mentorship does with our mentees. We help everyone to see what they're not seeing, to know their triggers, and reprogram those patterns so that what you have is happier, healthier, more successful, and more fulfilling. Does that sound good to you? Give me a yes in the chat if that sounds good to you. To have the exact same life that you have now, but have just a shifted mindset so that it's happier, healthier, you're more successful, and you have more fulfillment. Give me a yes if that sounds good. Sounds good to me. Sounds very, very good for me. Good to me. All right. And then this last one. This is a really important part of reflection, but a lot of people get it wrong. Okay, a lot of people get it wrong, but you're not going to get it wrong anymore. This last one, ask for blank. It is ask for feedback. But the big mistake that a lot of people make is they ask for feedback from people who aren't qualified to give them good, solid advice. So do you want to know how to know who to go to for your feedback? Give me a yes in the chat if anybody wants to know who to go to, how to ask for feedback the right way that can help feed this reflection process, help feed your mindset. Do I see any yeses? I see some yeses. I see some yeses. Yes, thank yous. Okay, you're welcome. All right, so the way that you know who to go to for feedback is you look for people who are where you want to be already, who have proof of success, and who have some frame of reference for what you need. For example, if I'm going to make some decisions in my business, I'm not going to go to my friends who've never owned a business, are not entrepreneurial, and are not in my field and ask them for their opinions on what I should do, unless I'm doing field research and I need people like them. I'm going to go to my mentor. It's one of the reasons that I have a business coach. It's one of the reasons that I have a mentor. I'm going to go to my mentor. There's a proven track record of results there. There are reliable testimonials that speak for themselves. That's where I'm going to go for feedback. You have to know what the person's frame of reference is. A while ago, a friend of mine was getting divorced, and she was asking all of her friends, well, what should I do? What should I do? Most of the friends she was asking weren't divorced. They'd never been through that. They didn't understand the differences, the way that it's very much a business arrangement when you're severing this marriage, but there's so many emotions built in, and people who haven't been through it, it's very, very difficult for them to get that and understand. So that's not a good place to go for advice. If you're just venting, okay, you'll get a whole lot of feedback there, and that won't do you any good. You have to go to people who know what you're going through, who've been where you've been, who've already blazed the trail. So this is what you need to write down for yourself in the notes section. I need to find a coach and mentor to give me quality feedback. I need to find a coach and mentor to give me quality feedback. You know, we are all addicted to distraction. We are all addicted to going, and it's really hard to slow down and get that quality feedback. And, you know, and I want the group leaders to speak up a little bit on this in the chat if they can. Talk a little bit about the importance of the tribe that we've built. You know, you've got peers, people who are at the same level as you going on this journey with you. Don't you find value in exchanging ideas with your peers in this group, studying the same thing, heading in the same direction? You've got your mentor to guide you. You've got several coaches to guide you. Isn't it really very, very transformative for you to have both of those levels of feedback? So when I'm guiding people through how to get positive feedback, how to stop being distracted by so many conflicting messages and different schools of thought or different directions on things, I ask them to find their leader and then connect with the tribe. Because that way there's a unified message. It's a message that resonates with you. It's something that already speaks to your heart. When you know that it speaks to your heart, you know, you can feel it. It's deep in there. You know that it's there. And you need that tribe. They help to reduce all that distraction. They help to keep you on the right track so that all these different messages from places and people that aren't qualified to give you your feedback, they just start to not mean quite so much. They start to kind of be like a little fruit gnat. You just bat it away. You don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need this noise. I don't need this noise. I have my tribe. I have my coach. I have my mentor. Having your tribe, your coach, your mentor is all part of this. And that is another thing that those super successful people all have in common. They have that network built in. And you need it too. If you really want to be great, then emulate greatness, copy greatness. Because the people who are there have already blazed the trail. You don't have to reinvent it. Just follow the footsteps that are down there in front of you. We need training to become experts at reflection. All the stress that's in our lives every day really damages our ability to be able to slow down. Now, several people have reached out to me this week and said, hey, what was that link for the pre-meditation breathing? I haven't been able to meditate. I've tried, but my mind just won't slow down. I've sent them that, and I've sent them the link to our meditation to calm your mind. But you have to take time and be dedicated to this, because what did we say yesterday and the day before? Persistence will get you there, but what will keep you there? Consistency. Persistence will get you there, but consistency will keep you there. And as you stay there, you grow. You grow and you develop. The most successful people in the world are always learning because they know that there's more out there that they don't know. And they're always seeking that new space of growth. So write that down for yourself. I need to find my new space of growth. I need to find my new space of growth. Your space of growth is simply the next step. And so many people get lost in finding that space of growth, but not you. You don't have to. Why? Because you're here. You have a tribe. There are hundreds of people going through this challenge with you on Facebook, 2 different groups on Facebook. We're also copying the videos over to YouTube, got hundreds of people following it there. You have a tribe going through this with you. You've got your group leaders if you've connected with them. So use that and help us to train you to quiet the noise, to reduce the stress, to allow you to have the space to step into your growth area. That sound good? Let me check and see if we've got, I'm going to throw my reading glasses on for a second, check and see if we have any questions at the moment. Oh yeah, we've got some really great comments from some of our group leaders. Okay, so Tracy is making a really good point. Tracy says, I get overwhelmed as I'm in so many groups, I get information overload. I find you easier to follow and stay focused. Thank you so much, Tracy. I'm so glad. So Tracy just made my point. When you find someone who speaks to you, who really speaks to you in a way that you can understand, there you go. That's the message that you need to stick with. And what she said about she's in so many different groups and there's information overload. If you ask, let's just go to a really easy example. I enjoy cooking. I don't cook a whole lot because the people in my household all have different tastes. So it's very difficult to cook to please everyone, but I do cook occasionally. And there's something that I've always wanted to make. I used to enjoy it as a child, but I've never made it. And so I went searching for a recipe the other day, and it's mincemeat pie. I don't know if anyone else likes mincemeat pie, but it's fruits. Lots of different fruits in a pie. And I really wanted one. And I didn't want to buy, a store-bought one in the freezer. I wanted to create it myself. So I searched for a recipe and I looked in some old cookbooks and I found several different versions, and I looked online and there were so many results. And I got very confused and overwhelmed because I was looking for a pretty easy, I wanted an easy mincemeat pie. I didn't just want a mincemeat pie. I wanted a pretty easy recipe that wouldn't be, super high skill level because I just didn't want to put that much time into it. But I did want the product on the other end. And I just got so overwhelmed. I still haven't made it because I got so overwhelmed by all of the choices that were around me that it was difficult for me to be able to quiet the noise and figure out which one really would give me the product that I wanted at the end, but the ease of the process. And we do this with so many things. That's what we do when we start learning about any topic. Start learning about any topic and you go to Google and you Google the topic, and then you get, 11, 12, 17, 21 billion results. You've got mixed messages coming to you. And if you're listening to all of them, it puts you in a frozen state of overwhelm. So that's what I mean. And that's why I went into stress and your brain in your guidebook. That's why I went into that, because that information overload raises your stress level. It raises the stress hormones that are in your body because there's indecision. It might happen with something as simple as pie. It might happen with something as complicated as mindset instruction and psychology, which is really what we're learning here. I mean, I'm a certified psychotherapist. I'm guiding you through some pretty deep ideas for a deep journey. But if you want to have big results in your life, you have to enter into uncharted territory. And it can be scary, right? It can be scary, but it's doable. So what I want everybody who's here today to write down or type in for themselves is, I can do this. I can do this. You can do this. And now you're finding out all the pieces to the puzzle to be able to put it together. What do I need? I need to understand my mindset. I need to understand my energy. I need to be self-regulated. I need to be able to reflect. I need that system of accountability and that mentor to help me see what I'm not seeing, because I know that I can only see what's inside my bubble. And this is making sense to me. So, hey, I think I found my tribe. Wow, there's a sign that I'm headed in the right direction. Not only can I do this, I know I can do this, but I am doing it right now. This is great. So congratulations, because you are doing it right now, and it is great. All right, so moving on, page 28. We are working on this page. So what do you need in your life to be able to up level and to know where your reflection can guide you in the most efficient way? You need the first blanks start with the letter S, support system. That's what you're going to write there. I need a support system. Support system. The second one is system of accountability. That's the second blank, system of accountability. So there's a question. What's the difference? What's the difference between those two things, the support system and the system of accountability? They sometimes cross over, but they're not the same thing. So somebody type into the chat, tell me if they know what the difference is between a support system and a system of accountability, because there's a big difference. And not. Depends on if they're crossing over. Do you guys know? Tracy says, I need a support system. You've got it. Look around the room. You've got your support system. You've found your tribe. And we love you. The difference between a support system and a system of accountability is lots more people can be in your support system. Let's go back to my divorce example. That person who I knew who was going through a divorce, she had a support system full of people who hadn't necessarily been through that before, didn't have the professional expertise to give her sound advice and feedback. They didn't have the personal experience to give her sound advice and feedback. But what they could do is love on her. And we need that. Sometimes we just need to be loved on. One of our group leaders this morning sent me a message. I'm so sorry I can't be there today. Something's going on with her mother. And my response, my heart response was, oh man, go take care of your mama and take care of you. Right then, she just needed me to be part of a support system. Even though I'm her mentor, even though I'm her coach, right then, she didn't need me to be her system of accountability. Well, you committed to being here, so go. No, she needed me to be part of her support system. So that's where they cross over. A support system is full of people who love you and are there for the right reasons. Yeah, that makes sense. So your family can be part of your support system. I consider my dogs part of my support system. Definitely our beautiful group leaders, because they are just in this for the right reasons. They're in this because they love it. They love you. And they've had such huge change in their own lives through working through our Master Your Mind mentorship that they want to help spread this to other people. That's beautiful. That reminds me of those 3 people who we looked at on the first page of day 4 in your journal. Those successful people, because they have a lot, they've seen the change in their life and they give back. It's the same thing that your group leaders are doing. So can we just give them a thanks in the chat? Just say, thank you, group leaders. We love you, group leaders, because they do deserve a huge round of applause. They deserve our thanks and our love because they are helping to guide you through. They are part of your support system, but they are also part of a system of accountability for each other. I'm part of their system of accountability. And as your leader, they're part of your system of accountability. They're sending you messages. Hey, how's everybody going? Are you coming today? Here's the link. Let's show up. Let's do this. Where are you in your work? They're providing that as well. So the difference between a support system and a system of accountability is not everyone in your support system can be an accountability partner. Not everyone in your support system understands where you need to go, the path that you need to walk to get where you need, want, and deserve to be. So they can't hold you accountable to that. My 9-year-old daughter can't hold me accountable to business goals because she just doesn't understand that. But she's part of my support system. So is my 13-year-old. So is our 27-year-old, just turned 27 years old yesterday. But they can't hold me accountable to things that they're not involved in or that they don't understand. So you need a support system. We all do. It's what community is, but you also need a system of accountability. So what parts are there in a system of accountability? There are several different layers that you need. And I kind of like to look at it as almost like a caste system or a royal family. So you're here, you're at the level of you. You need people who are above you, who are where you want to go, who have been where you are. And you need 2 groups of them. You need people who are in it for a personal reason. Remember, I talked about life mentors. And then you need people who are in it for professional reasons. And that's a paid mentor. They both help you grow in different ways. One knows you longer term, more intimately, kind of knows your cuts and scrapes, knows where some of the bones are hidden, you know what I mean? And then the other one is there laser focused on your goal. The second level is equal to me. It's your peers. Everyone who's in our tribe, who's helping to cheer each other along, asking for peer-to-peer advice of other people who are going on this mindset journey with them. You need that. And this is where you can tell that you're really growing. When you reach the place that I just explained our group leaders are, they've invested time, finances, effort in themselves. They've grown, they've seen huge results, and then they start giving back. They say, I'll be a group leader. I'll help people. I'll help people who are where I was. I know what it feels like to be there. That's your third level. So it's kind of the mentor, advisor, the peer level. And then when you have that in line, you start seeing your growth, and then you start giving to the me's of tomorrow. I call them the junior supporters, because as you give to them, they support you back. As I give to our mentees, they support us back. They turn into group leaders because they see that it's worth it. So are you understanding the difference between a system of accountability and a support system? Your system of accountability, you have to have that, because with just a support system, there's really nobody there to challenge you. Just ask anybody who I work with. We've got several coaches with GILD. We've got people in our elite mentorship program. Just ask them how much I challenge them. Ask them when they say something to me, if I back up, if I'm always like, oh yeah, that's great, sure, yep. Or if I back up and say, we need to dive in here. You need somebody who is invested in you enough, but with the standpoint of not being afraid of hurting you or offending you. Somebody with enough guts to say the truth, even if it's a truth that's easier not said. Does that make sense? All right, what is the third thing? You've got another blank here. Very, very important, this one. P of A, plan of action. Remember our affirmation this week? I am a creator who takes aligned action. You have to have a plan of action. And that is really where your system of accountability comes in. That's where your mentor comes in. That is where your peers come in when you say, hey, here are my goals. What are your goals? And we're going to hold each other accountable on them. You have to have a plan of action. Do you have to create your plan of action? No, you have to find that mentor who already is where you want to be. You have to find that person with the proven track record. And then you follow that path. You follow that path. You're not alone. You don't have to create this all by yourself. You don't, because you've already found a tribe that speaks your language, or else you wouldn't be here right now. You wouldn't. Just plain as the nose on my face, you just would not be here right now. So who would find it valuable if you had the opportunity to join the tribe on a longer term basis, to have that mentorship, to have that built-in system of accountability, to have that support system as well, to have all three of those levels already built in for you? Just give me a yes in the chat if you would find it valuable to just have this handed to you, just like you walk into a store and see a box on the shelf, and you get the box and it's already all there for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to make your own plan. How many of you guys would find that valuable? Anybody? Yep. Fantastic. Okay. So, and I'm going to put something in the chat in just a minute, but I'm not going to do it yet, but just hold on, be ready, because this is probably going to happen really fast. And for those of you who are joining us live, when we're doing this the first time, you are in a very, very fortunate position, because you're going to get it first. Before the folks who are joining us on recording. But folks who are joining us on recording, still check it out, because you may not be too late. Never say never. Okay. We have an 8-week mentorship with me and the other coaches in GILD in collaboration with I Am Creator that takes you through the 12 keys of emotional intelligence, helps you build your mindset and set you on a path towards success. You have a tribe, you have personal one-to-one coaching, all of that together. It's a 7-week mentorship. I always give a bonus week. So I say it's an 8-week mentorship. How many of you guys would find it valuable to be mentored by me and our other coaches personally, so that we can talk to each other, spend time every single week together, and answer your personalized questions? It's so difficult to do it the DIY way because there's not that personal touch. There's not that customized level of attention. Would you guys find it valuable to be able to be part of that? Because we have a very, very special opportunity. Now, this mentorship has, there's a cost to it. There's an investment to it, but you're willing to invest in yourself for your development. But what we have done is we're offering scholarships. We have 7 scholarships for just the first 7 people to commit to being in our next mentorship season, which starts next month. And I'm going to put the link in for you guys to grab it. Now you're going to have to grab it fast because there's only 7. And there's many more people than 7 who have been asking me about this. Okay, so I'm going to put the link in and I want you to get ready. And you can click it anytime. Okay, I just put it in. So go ahead and go. If this is something that you guys want to do, I'm going to send it to our group leaders as well, so that they have it and they can send it to you. If you're like, wait, I missed it. There we go. I'm going to pin it right there so you guys can see it. And so here's what I want. We've got several group leaders who have been in this mentorship. I want you guys to come into the chat right now and let everybody know just a couple of the things that you've been able to change, a couple of the mindset shifts. I know that a couple of our folks who aren't joining us live today because of family conflicts, I know one of them started out right where you are and is now a partner in my company with her own programs. Another person was really, really struggling with negative mindset, problems at home, a lot of stress. And just by participating in this mentorship, she was able to shift all of that. She's sleeping better. She is overcoming addiction in her life. We were actually with her as a group, loving on her as she lost her father, as her father transitioned from this life. And so we've really become a family with this person. And I know that she wasn't able to join us because of some family conflicts this morning, but it's who I spoke of just a little while ago when my response was, go take care of your mom and take care of yourself. If you really know that you want to invest your time and your effort in your mindset and you're ready to take it to the next level and you need that support system and you need that system of accountability and you need that coach who's been where you are, this is your opportunity. This mentorship has a value of over $15,000 with all the different elements in the mentorship, but we've priced it at $2,997. That's $2,997. Now, if you've clicked on that link, you understand that we've given you a scholarship to take the cost of the mentorship all the way down to $997. And if you say, oh my gosh, there's no way that I can't do $997, that's still too much. We've even created a payment plan for you to split it up into 3. This is your opportunity. So what you need to do right now, if you're thinking, if you're thinking about it, you're saying, oh, gee, I really want to do this, but I just don't know. Go with your gut. If this message resonates with you, if there's been anything today or in the last 3 sessions that you've really thought, oh man, this is really helping me and I need more, that is the universe pushing you toward the opportunity that you have right now. It really is. When you see an opportunity, you must grab it. When I see an opportunity, I must grab it. Why? Because opportunities are fate. People always say, oh, fate, it just wasn't in the hand, it's in the hands of fate, or it wasn't fated to happen. That's fate is simply opportunities that are all around us and us using our free will to take advantage of them. That's really all fate is. Fate is like a buffet. You had a million choices of what to do with this hour of your life and the other hours that we've spent together this week. Yeah? Why did you choose this item off the buffet? Why is this the one that you chose? Fate gave you all sorts of opportunities. You got this one because you were supposed to be here, because you were supposed to be poised and ready, making a commitment to yourself, making a commitment to grow because you're worth it. That's what brought you here. Oh, I see that link. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to register. Maybe I'll grow. Oh my gosh, I need more of this. This is great. This message resonates with me. This is amazing. Oh, wow. Now another opportunity. That's fate. That's it. It's so simple. It's not some mystical being that's playing with us like we're marionettes, like we're puppets. It's opportunities. It's where opportunity and action meet. You're supposed to be here. You found your tribe, you found your crew. And I'm really very excited because I know that a couple people, I've just seen some notifications, a couple people are joining us, and a couple of our group leaders are saying some things about it in the chat. So thank you guys for just being that living testimonial to this wonderful mentorship. What we do in the mentorship is, instead of just seeing this where I can't hear you and talk, we have one-to-one. You're with your group, you're with your tribe, several weekly sessions. So you have at least 3 sessions every single week that you can come to. Several different coaches guiding you. You have a full online support system. We also have chats and things like that and other meetups that we all do to support each other. What we're here for is to help you see what you're not seeing so that you can be the best version of yourself. Who here watching today really, really wants to be the best version of themselves? Just give me a yes in the chat or say me. I want to be the best version of myself. Fantastic. So what do you need to be the best version of yourself? I'll give you a hint. It's the things that you filled in on this page. You need a support system. You need a system of accountability, and you need a plan of action. How do you get a plan of action without doing what Tracy told us that she did earlier, which is getting so many messages, so many different groups, so many different things, just overwhelm. It's overwhelming to have to create your own plan of action. And you don't have to create it. We'll work on it together. What would it feel like if you had somebody in your life who you knew was invested in your success as you are? What would it mean if there was somebody in your life who, when you're having an off day, gave you the boost of support that you need to turn that around? How much would that be worth to you? For me, it's invaluable. So to be able to join this mentorship for less than $1,000 is really amazing. That's 1/10 of what I invested the last time that I joined a group like this. And when I found out that the investment for the group I was joining was $10,000, I thought, woo, I don't just have that lying around. Or I didn't at the time just have that lying around. I had to figure it out. But you know the one thing that I told myself when I was making that decision, after I made the decision, while I was going through the group? I'm so happy and grateful that fate brought me this opportunity. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm worth it. So I didn't even think about the investment of time or the investment of finances. And I just knew that once I made that decision, once I committed to something, that it was all going to work out. A lot of people hit that excuse. Oh man, that's expensive. I can't afford that. I love money mentor Bob Proctor. I've followed him for years and years. And he's always said something that I found quite interesting and true. It doesn't matter how much something costs until you decide that you need or want it. And then you just figure out how to make it happen. It's how manifestation works. This is the bedrock of the law of attraction? Mindset. Because if your mindset is not focused in the right direction, you're not going to attract anything. You can go to all the attraction events that you want. You can take a course on law of attraction. You can get a law of attraction coach. But if your mindset, if the psychological basis of your mind isn't in line with where you really want to go, you're going to end up going back and repeating the old patterns. Does anybody here see the patterns in their life? Oh man, it doesn't matter how many times I lose that 10 pounds. I always end up gaining it back, and then I beat myself back up again, and then I've got to do it again. Do you see these patterns? Man, that happened to me again. Man, why did I get in this relationship with this person who's so much like the last person I was in a relationship with? They don't treat me right, and neither did the other person. Man, why do I always do this? What is this pattern about? How can I break it? You can do all the other activities that you want. It's one of the reasons that I tell people to stop meditating until they figured out how to calm their brain down. You can do all the other courses you want, but until you figure out how to reprogram your subconscious mind, nothing's going to stick. And this is it. That's what we're doing in this 8-week mentorship. 7-week plus bonus week mentorship. I'm just calling it 8 now, because adding the bonus week isn't even a question for me. It's not even a question. Why? Because you're worth it. You're worth it. Over the course of just the first few weeks, you're going to see such dramatic changes in your life. And so will the other people who are around you. We have seen, I've seen a relationship go from almost dissolving to becoming a almost marriage, a proposal, an acceptance of marriage. I've seen people in self-destructive patterns who just stopped and invested in this, who all of a sudden started to see real results in their lives. Do you know why they stopped? Why they did this? It's because they're worth it. And so are you. So for those of you who are joining us, I can't wait to see you. We are also going to have a few familiar faces from our previous sessions, because they're going to do it again. Why would anybody do it again? Because you grow. Persistence gets you there, and consistency keeps you there. We already have lots of people who are coming back. So you're going to have the peers that have been where you were as beginners. You have lots of people there to help and guide you. It's an amazing support system. And when you join us, you start right now. So we don't start the mentorship until the end of February, but when you join, you start right now and you immediately get access to weekly sessions. So that's a bonus. If you join today, that's a bonus 4 weeks. So it's really 12 weeks of personal coaching. It's amazing value. Amazing, amazing. You've got to grab it. You've just got to figure it out. Fantastic. Okay. So we got just a few minutes left. I'm going to take a look and see if there's any questions in the chat. I'll also be doing our live Q&A after this to answer any of your questions. Okay, Joy says plan of action to create your mindset. Yes, you have to have a plan of action to create your mindset, but you have to understand the deeper psychological principles behind shifting and recreating your mindset. So we don't recreate really anything. What we do is make different connections between your conscious and subconscious mind. And lots of people say that they know how to do this. Lots of people are just regurgitating information that they've heard. So the reason that I'm teaching this, I'm a certified psychotherapist. I've been doing this for years. I've guided people through executive success, through personal success. And so what we do is we go down and we dig deep into your personal situation. You know, what is your life like? What are your patterns? What have your patterns been? What do you want to accomplish? Where would you like to see yourself? We dig down into your personal situation and then make those connections for you so that your mindset can start to shift. They're really, really small shifts. And I will explain to you how small the shifts are. Now, this is a really fun story. I do some private one-to-one mentoring and coaching. And one of my private one-to-one clients is this really, really interesting man who's from Peru originally. He lives in the United States right now. And he's a lot of fun. And I like him a whole lot. And we were discussing, he's been through a lot of loss lately. He's had several people pass in the last couple of months. And so it's been, up and down emotionally for him. And I'm not going to give names. I never out my clients, but we were discussing, his coping mechanisms and the things that he's doing to take care of himself. And this was on a Monday that we were meeting, Monday or Tuesday. And he said, well, this Thursday I have to cook. And I said, have to? Because he loves cooking. And from what I hear, I've never had his cooking, but from what I hear, he's really, really talented in the kitchen. I said, hold on, wait, have to or get to? And he took a breath and he thought about it and he said, it's a good point. I get to. I don't have to, I want to. Little tiny shifts like that. Just in a moment. Ask anybody who works with me. They'll have this big long story and and I'm taking notes. I'm always looking down. If I look like I'm not paying attention to you, trust me, I'm totally tuning in with these things and I'm writing. I'm always taking notes. This is and I'll say, okay, I'm going to answer your question in a minute, but first let's pop back to this one statement that you said and let's just make a little shift there. Let's just make a little shift. Let's just make a little shift. And when you make those little shifts, you start to train your brain to think the higher vibe thoughts. Now, with that client who had to cook on Thursday, did he have to or did he get to? Just feel that I have to cook on Thursday. That's low vibe. I get to. That's opportunity. That's high vibe. Was it the same thing? Yes. Same results? No. This is enjoyable. This is fulfillment. But we have these patterns that we're not seeing that aren't serving us. And it sounds super simple, but you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone, and neither can I. We have to do it together. We have to have people in that mentorship plane. We have to have the peer accountability, and we need to have the opportunity to give back. Why? Why do you need the opportunity to give back? Why do we ask you every day to go live in the group and tell us what your takeaways are? Because teaching is learning. I teach you this, it builds me up more. I was told a long time ago, if you really, really want to learn something, you should sign up to teach it. And there was a topic that I really wanted to know more about, so I signed up to teach it to kids. And now I know it like the back of my hand. And it was enjoyable because I love working with little kids. So you've got to be willing to invest in yourself. That's got to be something that you don't just say. It's got to be something that you're willing to do. You have to understand that everything is energy and energy is everything. So time, money, everything, it's all energy. If you're willing to invest energy, be willing to be open to the idea that that energy may come in different forms, and then make the investment. Okay, so we are just about out of time. I will take a short break and then I'll pop and do the live Q&A in the other group. But first, I want you to write down, you can type into the chat, what are your 3 biggest aha moments from today? And then what are your 3 commitments between today and tomorrow? And I tell you, tomorrow, we are talking about an incredible topic that is the difference between where you are and where you want to be, and that's flexibility. So you do not want to miss tomorrow. Today, when we're talking about up-leveling, I wanted to give you the opportunity to up-level, to join the mentorship and really take it to the next level. But tomorrow, you do not want to miss tomorrow when we talk about flexibility, because flexibility is a lot different than many people believe that it is. And I'm not talking about flexible in yoga. I'm talking about mind flexibility. Mind flexibility is a learned skill, and you have to stay consistent, and you have to understand the ins and outs of it in order to truly develop it. Okay, one of your commitments between today and tomorrow, I really want to see you guys going live in the Creators Circle. Hashtag MYM, tag me so that I see it, because some of you guys are going live and I'm seeing them much later because I wasn't tagged. So tag me, I'm in there, tag your group leader, tag as many of us as you want so that we can come in and celebrate you and your gutsiness to turn on the camera. I saw one of them the other day, Kelly, I believe, who said, oh, I'm so nervous. I turned the camera on. Fantastic. That's stepping outside of your comfort zone. And I always call the comfort zone your failure zone because there's no growth inside your comfort zone. So follow her lead. That's an amazing member of our community. And she has shown up for herself. She's committed, she's invested. And I hope that I see her in our mentorship definitely, because she's perfect for it and it's perfect for her. And it's not for everybody. But if there's even an inkling, even a tiny, tiny draw for you toward it, then I want you to do it because something is pulling you that way. Okay, it's time for us to do our affirmation. It is at the bottom of page 29. This is quite a lengthy workbook, isn't it? It's at the bottom of page 29. I am a powerful creator and invest in myself. I am a powerful creator and I invest in myself. Have a beautiful day. Invest in yourself. Go live. Tell me how you're investing in yourself. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.